This is how it is going to go. We are going to have 7 days straight where we have picks that you can make with your chance to be BetTV's Betting Extraordinaire for a chance to win $25,000. If you get the first 3 questions right over the course of 3 days, you're going to win $250. If you get to day 5, you're going to win $2,500. And if you get through day 7, a week straight of correct picks, we're going to give you $25,000. No joke.
It is day 3. Who wants to be a betting extraordinaire after the little extra weekend we had? 2 of our 12 or so contestants that were participating day 2. 3 touchdown NFL favorites, Ravens, Packers, and one more I can't remember off the top of my head. Patriots, there it is, Quan. 10 of the 12 had Ravens, even though it was the cheapest price in the money line. I didn't get it. I liked the other 2, and sure enough, only 2 of the colors are through. But they all have a chance to pocket at least $250 today. Plus, at that point, there'll be 3 questions from the $25,000 question. Day 7, we've had one caller get to a day 6. He was one away from $25K. It's possible. It's just a matter of time. But today we're going to go Monday Night Football. I think that's the most intriguing game on the board. It might be ugly. We got Geno Smith. We got some weather. But we had someone on Last Word Cheetah, by the way, called in, said he wanted 80-1, no touchdown scored in this game. So it gave me the thought for this question. Let's find out, give 4 options of guys in a similar price range that could score tonight. And if he's right and it's 80-1 and no one scores a TD, then we'll be playing day 1 again. All of you get to call in from start tomorrow. And it resets, and you guys can try to ladder up. But if one of them are right, they're going to continue on, and they'll pocket the $250. So with that being said, it's Paul and Tom. Is that right? Okay. We will wait for their calls, but you can go ahead and put up the question so people can see it. Pretty straightforward. Which one of these players scores a touchdown tonight? And multiple can, so they both are through either way. Callaway, Lockett, Metcalf, and Collins. 3 of them are actually, interestingly enough, Seattle players, because Kamara is such a favorite that I can't use Alvin. So, had to keep it 4 guys that are in a similar plus 170 range in the market. And, they just got to pick one and be right and hope that the 80-1 shot doesn't come through. So we'll see what they say. I will tell you personally, maybe I should wait in case they use a lifeline. I forgot about that. We do have 2 lifelines. And starting on day 3, I don't give my opinion as freely. He used his already?
On Friday. He asked you.
Oh, and then he just went with it, huh? It was the first time someone actually, all 3 times I've been asked, I was right. The other 2, they lost, I think. Or no, wait, well, there might have been one that got weird at the end. I'm trying to remember.
I think Jim went against.
There was like a Miami-Virginia total. Yeah, no, he went against me and it went under, but it got close, actually. But anyways, so then I forgot Tom went with it. So he can't use the lifeline anyway.
He's got the
pull the Twitter. No one's used the S Twitter. Like, hell no.
They're going to sabotage it.
Yeah, that's
Hunter's
true.
waiting. Hunter and Cam, they're waiting for
Wednesday one, man. Yeah. Wednesday 1. Yeah. They won't get honest answers. That's a good point. Maybe we need a better second lifeline, but it can't be Ask Quan because, well, we know why. But
always fade Quan.
Yeah, do you have a preference or a look at this? I know you hate the game in general.
I would go Tyler Lockett.
Why is that? You like him better than Metcalf in general?
No, I just figure Saints probably game plan for Metcalf, and I don't recall him getting too much last week.
I can look it up. I mean, it's harder when Russell Wilson's no longer your quarterback, but I'll look up his game log.
I don't. Man, it's always those games that you think there will be no scoring, that there's an explosion. And I don't want to say this is going to be it.
You kind of feel like it might be?
Yeah, I feel like everybody said, under, blah, 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 blah.
They did that last night with the weather in San Francisco and Indianapolis.
Man, I was going to take San Fran in the under, and somebody said, I'm staying away from this game. I said, you know what? I've lost another. You're right.
We have Lockett, first 2 games of this season, he scored 3 TDs. He hasn't scored since. Only a total of 55, 112, 147 yards the last 4 games, including the OT game against Pittsburgh. Yeah, maybe Lockett is due. Is that what you're saying? You think he might be due?
I am not saying that.
I think you are.
he probably went into Pete Carroll's office and said, "Put me in the game plan."
Here's what's interesting though. If a team is game planning for Metcalf, typically, what's been nice about Seattle and their situation is they have Tyler Lockett, right? Like you can't necessarily just focus on Metcalf and think it's going to work because you have Lockett. But when you have a quarterback that's not as good at delivering the football to the players that are going out for passes, it's a nice way to put it. Maybe do you really have to game plan for Metcalf? Probably not as thoroughly. Yeah.
I mean, I think for somebody like Geno, they're going to give him the underneath, probably put in some drags, blah, blah, blah. But you're not worried about the deep threat like you would be with Russ. Because I think Geno's not, that's probably been one of his issues is like intermediate to deep, which is a lot of the quarterback's issues that aren't that
elite. Yeah. Russ down the field deep, just almost always on point, just insane. Yeah.
Him and Tyler Lockett going deep, yeah.
All right, who was up first? I know you just got a call, but
Tom's on.
It's Tom that's first. All right, Tom, I'll repeat the question for you. Make sure you're on track here. Which of these players scores a TD? Any of them can score a TD. If you're right, you're going to go through and you're going to pocket $250. We have Marquez Callaway, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Alex Collins, all around plus 170 range.
All right, I said I'll use that lifeline. Could you give me the numbers on them?
I mean, I can just tell you, like you're talking about the prices of each?
Correct.
Yeah, it's like 170 for Callaway, Lockett's 190, Metcalf 170. Alex Collins is the biggest dog. It's 2-1.
Yeah, so I'm thinking between Callaway and Metcalf. All right, since you said we ain't never did it, let's I like doing stuff I ain't never did. So let's poll the Twitter.
Oh my goodness.
What did he
be
go
all
with?
right?
He wants to use the other lifeline.
Well, you want to poll Twitter, huh? All right.
Might as well. Yeah, as long as you all right with it.
I don't care, man. Tom Davis needs your help.
So much sabotage.
Which NFL player scores a TD in tonight's NFL Monday Night Football game? $25,000 on the line. Let's see. It's going to be right before kick, by the way. I'm going to look, and that's who you're going to go with. I'll take a screenshot, like right as the game's starting for you.
You can make it a 3-hour poll.
I mean, who would want to do that? That's just... I want to see how many people vote after the game starts. Like, oh, Metcalf scored already. See. All right, it's up. Callaway, Lockett, Metcalf, Collins. Tom, you're rolling with whoever is the majority. Which NFL player scores a TD in tonight's Monday Night Football game? $25,000 on the line. Okay, man. Good luck. We don't know who you're going to pick yet. We will find out when the game starts.
Thank you, brother. Peace.
Take it easy.
That's hilarious.
Shit, that Twitter figured it out. So I can blame them.
You didn't know he was still on the line?
Let Twitter figure it out so I can blame them. We got Paul up.
What's up, Paul? How are you doing? Were you able to see the question yet, or do you need me to repeat it for you?
Yep, I got it, and I was the one who did the 80-1 as well earlier.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, but
Here we are.
hopefully, I'll pick the right one that does score a touchdown.
If there is one, you should still be rooting for no, because if you bet that for real, then that's probably going to be a better payday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to roll with?
True. Real quick, do we know if has Lockett been returning punts or not?
Someone that watches the Seattle Seahawks more closely than me could probably say. Maybe in the chat, if someone in the chat is there. I'm not sure there's a way. Maybe if I looked up Seattle Seahawks depth chart, maybe they have him listed. He definitely has in the past, so it's possible. But let me see. Defense, special teams, kick returner. No, it's set up as DJ Dallas. Punt returns, Freddie Swain. Tyler Lockett would be the backup for both.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and use my lifeline and get your opinion.
Okay, this is my opinion. Hopefully it doesn't lead you astray. You also don't have to use mine. You can still switch. But I think it's hard to pick between the 3 Seattle Seahawks players. And there's a reason Callaway's a similar price, because we have Alvin Kamara, who's a big favorite at minus 175. But the Saints are still a favorite to win the game. Most people I've talked to tend to think they're the right side as well, and Seattle will struggle to move it on the Saints with Geno, etc. I think Callaway is the best option. From a market perspective, he is the cheapest of the 4, tied with Metcalf. I think he's still slightly better just because he's the lone Saints player there that I think probably catches a pass outside of the Kamara option. So that's what I would go with there.
Then let's roll with Callaway then.
Took him a few seconds. He's like, okay, I guess we're going with it. All right, we'll lock you in for A, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Take it easy. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
People have used it 3 times. No one went with me except Tom until this last week. And so hopefully we can continue the trend and it works. But
if you guys want to listen to the best Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire player, he picks Collins.
9% so far. Oh, wow. Metcalf in the lead for Tom. I don't know why it left off the N on my Callaway Lockett Metcalf call it. Just forgot how to type for a second live. But anyways, people get the idea. But I don't think Collins is going to get picked because no one knows who it actually is. I'm going to go ahead and mark here. Collins. Asterisks. All right. Carlos is usually right. He is the best, most winning betting extraordinaire player of all time. The only player to win 2,500 through a day 5, and then have another chance after that. He also won a 250. Yeah, I owe him. I owe him still. I've been leaving him hanging.
No, that was
over the weekend. I forgot to send to him and Mike, so I owe them.
It goes.
I have to Bets TV owes him half, and I owe him half. So one of us need to send to one. So that's how it's been working. But yeah, I'll get it sorted today.
Carlos, Joey, and then Mike, or Mike and Joey. As far as winning,
it's going to be Metcalf, I think, as the favorite so far through almost 100 votes. So, Tom, it's looking like Metcalf. We'll see, though. Still got a couple hours, so I'll retweet it once later before kickoff. What are you going to roll with, Quan? You got to make a pick yourself.
I'm going with Lockett.
For sure? Okay. I know you mentioned it before. All right. Easy peasy. I think that's it.
Easy.
Only 2 of them. Everyone else is rooting against them. So we'll see, but people were voting Metcalf, which is one of the favorites. But if they lose tomorrow, we'll be back day 1. Everyone else can jump in and a chance to ladder up, and we appreciate it. That's it. Anything? Last words, Quan? No?
Have fun.
Tomorrow's your favorite day of the week, Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Still don't get it, but that's his favorite day. So we'll be back Tuesday, tomorrow, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific for Last Word Cheetah, and another episode of Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire here on Bets TV.